Hello, everybody. Sports with Monga. We're back with a bang, and there's somebody else who's coming with a bang, and that is this guy, Mattia Binotto, is on his way to Audi. Big changes happening. A lot to get into. Thanks for watching Sports with Monga. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be able for more videos. Let's get into it. And before we get into it, thanks for the support, guys. I hope you will like this as well. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for supporting, and let's get into it. Today morning, Audi announced former Ferrari chief Binotto as new F1 boss as Seidl departs. Big changes happening in the Audi camp. Audi have announced former Ferrari team principal Mattia Binotto is returning to Grand Prix racing as a new leader of the Formula One project. Earlier this year, the German car maker Audi took full control of the Sauber team, which will run under the Audi brand name and banner from 2026. So there has been a deal done in full completion that Sauber will no longer exist in Formula One. It will be called Audi, with an all-new power unit currently being developed in-house in Germany. So it'll be like a complete works team. And what a guy to get. Binotto, 54 years old, will assume leadership of the operations on 1st of August as Chief Operating and Chief Technical Officer based at the Sauber factory in Hinwil, Switzerland, and will report directly to the board of directors. As part of the restructure, former McLaren team principal Andreas Seidl, who joined Sauber in 2023 and was the CEO of the Formula One team, the Audi team, is leaving. Yes, guys, it is done. He is leaving alongside the Audi executive Oliver Hoffmann, who was overseeing the Formula One project. Big change happening. It seems that the Audi group itself and also the board has lost confidence in Andreas Seidl. They have been trying to poach a lot of people from different teams, but it seems the progress that they have made has not impressed the higher ups or the management or the Audi team, which basically has led to this change. It's an interesting moment because Sauber has been struggling with both Zhou Guanyu, the Kick Sauber team, with Zhou Guanyu and with Valtteri Bottas in the Formula One races. They've yet to score a point. It's already the summer break is about us. All the Belgian Grand Prix is about us. Nothing seems to be working right now in that team. They've tried to make some changes. They had some updates, but that's not pushing them forward. And Andreas Seidl had done an amazing job at McLaren. And it's interesting to see Andrea Stella, who came from Ferrari, has done an amazing job for McLaren. But Andreas Seidl, who moved out of McLaren after leaving the team in 2022 and moving to Sauber 2023 for taking on their project. And it was a gardening period, but also taking time with the project and kind of getting it from ground up, taking Sauber, but ensuring the deal went through. Audi came along. Andreas Seidl was the guy, along with Oliver Hoffmann, but things have not been great. We know the famous guy, and this is why I have both this guy and this guy here basically on the background, is because who got Carlos Sainz to Ferrari? It was Mattia Binotto's choice. Who could get Carlos Sainz to Audi? Maybe Mattia Binotto. Binotto was chief technical officer at Ferrari until being promoted as team principal in 2019. He left Maranello in 2022 after 3 years at the job, having been with the Scuderia since the mid-1990s. He was part of the engine department. There's a famous YouTube video of him speaking and explaining engine and getting Michael Schumacher an interview as well. So that was kind of a interesting thing. And it's interesting to say like what he said about, like, he's like, the comments from him was like, I'm delighted that we have been able to recruit the CEO, Dolna, basically of Audi, said, I'm delighted that we've been able to recruit Mattia Binotto for our ambitious Formula One project. With his extensive experience for more than 25 years in Formula One, he will undoubtedly be able to make decisive contributions for Audi. Explaining this restructure, Dolna said, our aim is to bring the entire Formula One project up to Formula One speed by means of clear management structures, defined responsibilities, and reduced interfaces and efficient decision-making process. For this, the team must be able to act independently and quickly. I would like to thank Oliver and Andreas for their important work in establishing our entry into Formula One and their commitment in preparing it. The first driver is already confirmed, and that was the Andreas Seidl signing. Nico Hülkenberg will make the switch to Audi and from Haas. That's kind of already decided, and it's really white paper, piece of paper for the 2026 regulations. And one side, it's a good thing. Said Hülkenberg, whose team made in 2025 and beyond, has yet to be confirmed for the operation in Haas. It's not a new team, but it's going to be labeled a new team because probably all the know-how and advantage of current teams have. It's wiped away a little bit, and it's more level playing field for everyone. Finnish driver Valtteri Bottas and Chinese racer Zhou Guanyu have represented the Hinwil team since 2022, but the futures of both drivers are unknown beyond the end of the current campaign. I think it's pretty interesting of what brings Binotto back, but it's also the structure. He's also the CEO as well as the CTO. It's been quietly touted about that there has been problems in decision making. It's taken longer time, the lead times, because Formula One is a moving business. It can't follow the German hierarchy of like meetings and you get decisions from the top up and you move them down. It needs to move fast. Like it needs to be fast paced. You need to think on your feet and make decisions on your feet, like all the other team principles. It was not happening at Sauber, and the change has been done. Just 4 months after expanding their commitment to Formula One by completing a full takeover of Swiss operation Sauber, Audi have moved to make sweeping changes to the senior leadership team ahead of the arrival in the sport in 2026. It comes Mattia Binotto, who has been out of Formula One since Ferrari at the end of 2022, and now it goes CEO Andreas Seidl and chairman of the board of directors Oliver Hoffmann. It's a remarkable turn of events, given Seidl only joined the project in the start of 2023 after a long chase from German manufacturer that resulted in him parting ways with the McLaren. And it's interesting that he's a German, he was loved, but then Audi wanted him to move away from McLaren. He did so, allowing Andrea Stella to move up into Andreas Seidel's role. Andrea Stella has been the signing of the future or the recruitment of the team principal of like the decade here. McLaren is where it is because of him. Of course, there's a lot of team that goes into it, but Andreas Seidl is the decision maker there. It's a remarkable turn of events, definitely. However, after 18 months in operation, only 4 months after he was officially given the AUDI F1 team CEO title, Audi have decided he isn't the right person to lead the project. Sauber are enduring a miserable season so far. The Swiss outfit are the only team to score any points all year and thus sit bottom of the constructors championship, while the squad secured Nico Hülkenberg long-term commitment to the Audi project from 2025. They have so far failed in their bid to get number one target Carlos Sainz to put pen to paper. We know that there has been a deal on the table for Carlos Sainz to sign for quite a while, but he has just dragged his feet over and over. I think this is the move because he's basically understood that he doesn't need Andrea Stella. He needs somebody who understands him, who he has worked with, who he can feel at home with, and he will feel at home with Mattia Binotto because he has worked with him in Ferrari and both are Ferrari guys. So I think it also is like they want to show Ferrari and beat Ferrari in Monza, in a Sauber, in an Audi. Oof. that will just be icing on the cake. Seidl has tried to stay out of the limelight since taking the job, instead preferring to work behind the scenes at the factory to create a plan to build up the restructure operations by letting Alessandro Lumni brave in the face of the team of the race weekends. However, it is believed and Audi did not feel that Seidl was doing a good enough job quickly enough and thus decided to part ways. There have been changes in the upper echelons of the world's Volkswagen Audi since Seidl first started talking to them about coming board, including Jonathan Donler replacing Marcus Duesman as the CEO last September. And just 4 months after Oliver Hoffmann moved out of Audi's technical department to the newly created general representative, Audi decided to part ways in two. Discussions between Audi and Binotto have been ongoing for quite some time, with the Italian, who spent 27 years at Ferrari, keen to find a path back to Formula One, as he has unfinished business. After taking some time out, he embarked on a role with an Italian automotive company, Texa. However, he kept an eye on Formula One, and sources say he had been in talks with Aston Martin and Alpine, as well as Audi. Ultimately, German manufacturers' foray into Formula One proved the exact project he wanted, because something he could build up. That's what he likes. He likes to have a long-term project. He's an engineer. He thinks like an engineer. He's not like a politician. He likes to work with structure and with data. And that's what I love about Mattia Binotto. He was not given enough time, but because the climate was also not there for it to be, because Ferrari was on a downhill track. He was waiting for things to happen, but then they were not happening. And he was not the guy who could make the hard decisions. Getting also Fred Vasseur from what we now know was the from the previous Haas team, basically. It's interesting, like from the Alfa Romeo, which is now rebranded to Sauber. So he was the Sauber guy. He was from Alfa Romeo, Fred Vasseur. So he knows that team. He's worked with he's definitely worked a lot with Ferrari. It's interesting how this is kind of happening. Binotto will take on a newly created role of Chief Operating Officer and Chief Technical Officer, in charge of running the Formula One team, which in theory should give him the support to implement his plans. It is likely Binotto will spend coming months assessing the infrastructure and team before working out how he wants to build out the structure of the outfit. Only recently, Audi announced significant number of job advertisements as they look to grow the workforce by several hundreds to match the firepowers of Formula One big teams. In making the decision, Binotto will have 18 months to finalize preparations for Audi's full arrival into Formula One in 2026. Company chiefs of this appointment hope this appointment can help the team speed up and rebuild their preparations, their recruitment on the second driver for 2025 and beyond, and improve the fortunes of the Sauber team in the short term to ensure Audi can be competitive as soon as possible in F1. It's an interesting move. It's a great move, I would say. It's time to see some business, and it's time to get some faces back, because Audi is basically have been a faceless, or like Sauber has been a faceless team right now. Bravi has done a good job, but then of course, like, we need the top guy, we need the top man to be at least seen, and this is the guy we want to see. Belgian Grand Prix starts this weekend. Loads of content coming through the Formula One. I've started a new thing for Formula One weekends, like a paddock talk, just to give you an idea of what is the talk of the paddock before the weekend starts, and the predictions and so on and so forth will follow with the race review and with the reaction stuff and so on. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this change? Audi have turned to Formula One, the former Ferrari man Binotto, to leave Formula One to change Formula One charge. How do you feel about it? Will Carlos Sainz now actually sign? Because he'll be like, I'm happy with this, guys. I will sign this. There's been a contract sitting on his table for quite a while. He has been reviewing his options. He still is not kind of saying, he said the best options are still on open. So there's still a lot of talk about it. Maybe this kind of settles his nerves and he finally commits to Audi. Loads to still happen here, I think, but changes happening. The German outfit, the German manufacturer, making the right changes to ensure that they are ready for the future. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Audi fans, Ferrari fans, Formula One fans, get in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this. Andreas, Stella, Andreas Seidl, where would he go? Is he going back to McLaren? What happens with him? Maybe Alpine gets him, or like, is he out of the business completely, like we saw previously with Binotto, who was out for like 2022. But then it's never say never. When you're a Formula One team principal, you will get a job and you will get the operations or possibility to get him back. Let me know in the comments what do you think. Thanks for watching. I hope you will enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. There's loads of content coming through. As I said, Formula One race review, qualifying review, predictions, and paddock talk. Look out for those videos. And thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Peace.